All right, so because bar charts are so common and useful in Tableau, I want to give one more example here in addition to this category by sales. So I'm going to create another worksheet, and I'm going to call this one profit by product. And let's go ahead and grab those two things. Again, there's one dimensional and one measure field. So let's grab product name this time. I want this example because there are many product names, and it would pop up this warning here that says, wait, you've got over 1,000 different product names. Are you sure you want to include all these? Well, we can change our mind and not add it. We can filter out some of the names, by characters or letters, or just add everything. We're going to add everything. And then let's include profit here across these. So let's say what we're really interested in is whether we want to identify our highest and lowest profitable products. Well, what we really need to be able to do is sort this list. Well, that's pretty easy to do. We come and hover down over here over the profit label and click this little icon right here. And notice now we get highest profit on top, but it's the sum of profit we're probably more interested in, because each of these can be sold a different number of times. If we want to know our largest and smallest profit margins, we probably want to change this to average profit. There we go. And then let's sort by average profit this time. There we go. And let's in addition add this to color as well. So I'm going to grab profit, drop it on color, change it from sum to average. And if we want to, we can also change that color scheme. Let's edit colors. And I'm going to change this to, I like green and red. There it is, diverging. So green is the highest, red is the lowest. Let's modify the bottom and top. Let's make this negative 5,000 to, I know it goes above 5,000, but that's okay. We can cap it off at 5,000, okay. There we go. So here's our highest, and we can scroll all the way down to our lowest. Let me scroll back up. There we go. So the problem though is you might look at this and say, okay, well, we have a ton here in the middle that are extremely close to zero or below zero. I'm really just interested in my top and bottom performers. So I'd like to filter out everything but those. Well, let's add a filter. Let's start with, we've got this average profit here. Let's go ahead and put profit in the filter, change it to an average. Next, say okay, show the filter. All right, so I've got this. It lets me trim the top and the bottom. However, I really want to get rid of the middle. So that's not doing exactly what I want it to do. How can I do that then? Well, there are a lot of advanced filters we can do. And I'm actually going to filter by, what I want to do is modify this a little bit. And actually, I'll leave that one in there. And I'm going to put product name back in as a filter. And this time I'm going to use a condition. And notice I can say by field, actually here, let me show you this one first. Top, I can say by field, give us only product names, including the top 10 or bottom 10 based on, and I can choose any other dimension or measure and use an average, for example. That would give me the top 10. Well, okay, that's nice, but actually that didn't even really help, did I not? Maybe I didn't filter or reset that all the way. I'm going to take this one back off real quick. No, that still did the same. Let me undo that. Let me go back and edit this filter and see what I did wrong here. Top 10 by profit average. Well, that's not the one I want to do anyway. I'm going to click none. And I have, I also had this on here as well. So I'm going to change this condition to a formula, because I don't have a way of getting both the top 10 and the bottom 10 at the same time. So what I want to do instead is come in here and say, well, what I want is the product names where the average. And how do I know what these formulas are? By the way, I can remember when we created a calculated field, there's a list of formulas there. You can also simply look up on Google. I do this all the time. How do I calculate an average in Tableau? And you'll get plenty of examples on their little language here. So average, remember we put in brackets, and then the name of the field that we want to use, average profit, greater than, I'm going to have to put in an individual value. So if 5,000 is my highest, I'm just going to say for now greater than 4,000, or, and I don't have to space out the lines like this, I'm just doing it to make it easy to read. Average profit less than negative, I don't think our lowest was 4,000. I'm going to put in 1,000 for now. Let's just experiment and see what we get out of this. So I'm going to hit OK. All right, here we go. We've got one that's over 5,000 and these three down here. So I better mess with those numbers to get the top and bottom 10 a little bit. I'm going to go back to my filter here and edit this. Go back to my condition. And I'm just going to mess with these numbers. I'm going to go down to 1,000 on here. And let's go to 500, negative 500 on this one. Let's see what we get. That's a little bit more. Still not my top 10, but I do have my top whatever that is. Oh, that is 10. Yeah, and then my bottom 7. So I can keep messing with it till I get exactly the ones I want. But I just want to show you that you can do some advanced filtering to get exactly what you want out of there. Furthermore, I can do things like click on a value and say exclude, and manually filter one at a time like that. However, given that we had such a massive long list of products, that would have been pretty difficult to go through. I can select more than one at a time and say exclude all of these. Let me do that one more time. There we go. However, even then, with how many products we had, that would have taken me forever to click and drag through that whole massive list. Anyway, just want to show you some advanced bar charting and filtering techniques.